I'm sorry about my voice. Um, it's not strep throat, I'm not sick, but I did have a plastic tube shoved into my throat. I don't know how thick the tube was. I thought it was pretty thick, because I'm still feeling it. Um, don't worry, it's just a small surgery. I got my appendix removed. Still hurts, but I'm fine. Either way, not gonna let an appendix ruin Armsday for me, so I'm gonna let Banshee do that.
Let's get you back out there.
Alright, he's got a... Wow. Is this Head Seeker? No. Sorry, I'm also a little out of it. Hopefully, hopefully I can still do this. This is crowd control. We don't like this gun. We want it to have Head Seeker. Unfortunate. Irene has the same roll twice, and then Clown Cartridge. The DAS-43 has a full auto roll and a hidden hand roll. Not a lot of guns and not a lot of scout rifles can run with full auto. DIS-43 is one of them, so if you are looking for a full auto scout for some reason, maybe for PvE, the DIS-43 is a good one. This particular one isn't great because with full auto you probably want high stability so you don't have to focus on recentering the reticle. But then there's this hidden hand one, which is going to be better for Crucible. It has fitted stock, which isn't great, or it isn't as good as perfect balance, and it has reinforced barrel, so lower stability. Probably not going to be great for Crucible. And then on top of its 1 second time to kill kind of ruins it. So he's selling the DIS-47 package, which is the first time in a long time he sold one of those. The Judith D, which is no good, the Jingu Koko D, Strongbow D, and the Irene RR4. So sadly, there's no good Irenes to pick up this week. The Judith D, I've seen some people running the what do you call it? The higher impact hand cannons because they have more damage, which means they have a longer. They have more range as a result because the damage drop off isn't as severe on the high impact ones. So you could potentially get away with a high impact hand cannon, but I still prefer the Ace Luna and the low impact archetype. I don't think that small bit of damage fall off is going to be enough to put it over the edge, you know. But again, it is something that some people use, so you might be inclined to try it if you have space in your inventory. Maybe give it a shot. I won't be picking it up, but I also already have a lot of really good high impact hand cannons. So I don't really need one either. Tell you what I do need is for my throat to stop hurting. Ugh. You didn't miss much. We just checked the Irene, the DIS-43, and the Lead Melody, and there really wasn't anything worth looking at. Oh, you also missed me explaining why my voice is so terrible, which is that I just got out of surgery. But yeah. Let me tell you, I do not wish appendicitis on anyone. That is painful. It is so painful. It's one of the worst pains I think anyone could ever experience. Up there with, you know, like getting kicked in the balls. Maybe short of like childbirth. Childbirth might have us beat. Anyway. Oh yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. It was a quick surgery. I was only at the hospital for 10 hours. So, I mean, for surgery that's pretty fast in and out. Garrus D. Let's see. I don't really like this roll. These perks are these perks do not synergize well. Look at this triple tap and final round. That's funny. I don't like these perks either. Or these perks, so don't worry about the Garrus D. It looks like we do have. No, we don't have any surplus perks, so don't worry about picking up the Ifarudi. If you have a Tamardi and you see surplus, go ahead and pick that one up. The DIS-47 does not have a full auto roll, unfortunately. It does have the perfect balance injection mold counterbalance roll, which is it's very good if you can keep slamming that trigger. If this were full auto, it'd be a good pickup. He sold that roll a few weeks ago. And if you picked it up and you thought, this isn't good enough, I want to have a full auto version, he is selling the DIS-47 package today. Wow, this is almost the same roll. You could give counterbalance a shot, but I think with the slower reload and the reduced magazine size, you're going to be better off with that first roll. I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm going to get this water here. Oh. And then I'm going to switch to my hunter, because that's all the guns on this account.
Careful out there.
So not a bad DIS-47, but not really the best one either, which is I think what we're all waiting for. As much as it hurts, I know nobody wants to listen to a voice that's so gruff. Thanks, Exodia. Oh. Look at this Hootie. Hootie doesn't know much about Armsday, but I told Hootie all about the PDX-45. Tuanella God Roll. Haven't seen it. I think the God Roll for Tuanella is probably going to be Hidden Hand and then a bunch of balancing perks. So if that's the roll, then. But sadly, I don't review the Tuanella. I just review the DIS-43. I think the DIS-43 is better. And they're the same archetype. Admittedly, the Tuanella is better than the DIS-43 for PvE. But the Cocytus has the Tuanella beat out by a little bit. In PvE, you want to be doing as much damage as possible, or at least you want to be one-shotting all of the red bar enemies, all the trash mobs. And the Tuanella can't quite do that at the higher levels. Granted, the Cocytus has been having some trouble lately doing that, so the faster fire rate might be better in some circumstances, but ultimately, like all guns in Destiny, it comes down to preference. Kind of went on a tangent there, sorry. None of these rolls are good. Alright, Hootie, here you go. Your time to shine. Look at these rolls. Hootie, what do you think? Hootie says no. Hootie says these perks are bad. No rifled barrel. Oh man, I clicked on the Amnesty. No rifled barrel on this one. Rifled barrel and high caliber, but we need that perfect balance. Reinforced barrel and injection mold. This is no good. So no good PDX-45s today either. Moment of truth. None of these guys, really. Icarus, triple tap. I suppose you could get away with a triple tap Grenadier casket mag loadout in PvE, but I feel like you're probably gonna have some pretty good PvE. Cocytus is already in there. There's better stuff like Firefly here. I guess Grenadier could be good if you run a lot of grenades. You could pick up this and be very happy with it in PvE. So I really like explosive rounds for PvP, but for PvE I'm not as big a fan. You don't really need to be flinching your enemy. The only exception is I do really love explosive rounds for Wrath of the Machine, which is the weekly raid this week. It's incredible against enemies that don't have a weak point. You can go from having to two-shot a shank to being able to one-shot it if you have the right impact on a scout rifle or a hand cannon. only a few scouts can roll uh, with explosive rounds, but the Keystone is one of them. And it doesn't have. Oh, it does have it this week. So if you're looking for a something to use against Shanks, this Keystone, I think, whenever it runs with explosive rounds, is the way to go. It's also got small bore and crowd control, which are pretty good for this gun. You're gonna really feel that reload speed to bring scout rifle gauntlets, but I like this Keystone. Um, this Extremophile's not bad either. Perfect balance, high caliber rounds. I think he sold a perfect one a while back, but it didn't look that different than this. The last ditch does not look good this week. I haven't actually had a chance to look through these because again I just got out of surgery, so I'm just gonna look through all of them real quick if you guys don't mind. Um, Not a huge Fenantil. The Parthian shot doesn't look great. I can already see it's got fourth secret round. Angel's Advocate really wants hidden hand, so it can feel more like the Mida. How Dare You doesn't look great. X Asterisk, Teacup Tempest. Yeah, none of those. Whew. Let's see. Ill Will, no. Yeah, I don't really like any of these either. I'll tell you, I heard a lot of good things about the Event Horizon from people this week, though. I know you guys probably already have some pretty good Event Horizons. But if you don't have a really decent, very high impact sniper rifle for some reason, then the Zero... I keep wanting to call it the Zero Dawn. The Horizon Zero Dawn, but it's the Event Horizon. Alright. Let's see what all the fuss is about. It's... here. Hidden Hand, I guess, life support, and snapshot or quick draw. That's not bad at all. I would probably run this for trial, or not trials, but you know, PvE might enjoy it. Hopefully you guys had fun. Speaking of, you know, PvP, I hope you guys had fun with the Mayhem Clash last week. Spray and play, in hand, reinforced barrel. This or rangefinder would be really good. I think he sold the perfect one last week. But if you didn't pick that one up, then you could potentially pick the palindrome up this time and feel pretty good about it. And I think that's all of these. Again, not really a fan of the rest of them. And then finally we'll check New Monarchy. I try to keep these under 15 minutes at least. They usually end up at around 10 minutes. I don't want to waste everybody's time with you know, a long Armsday video when, let's face it, Bungie doesn't really have a whole lot most weeks. Alright, Hideki, whatever your name is, Hideo.
Let's see if we can help each other out.
Assembly 2. There's an auto rifle. You know, this is okay. I really don't like this gun, but if you're into the low impact ones, it's not that bad. I don't like the impact on this sniper rifle. And there's no surplus. First Citizen 9. This is a Hawkeye gun, by the way, is why I mentioned that. Alright, I think that's about it. So to recap, there's a pretty good Cocytus, an OK DIS-47. He's selling DIS-47 this week, so the OK DIS-47 is not full auto, is the reason it's bad. Or not bad, but not perfect. And then we just went through the weapons. There's a Keystone worth picking up, and I think that was the main one. The Event Horizon and Palindrome aren't bad either. Anyway, that said, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry about the voice. And I'm going to try to get a Destiny 2 Hopes and Dreams videos up today, if I can. It's going to sound great. The audio quality is going to be amazing. It won't. Alright, bye.